Welcome to this video about Duotone effect. Okay, it is so really easy to do. We can apply it to any image and convert it to this cool Duotone effect. We can apply it on the middle of the image like you can see. On this image here also, we apply the Duotone effects on the whole image. It's a lot of fun, so easy to do. Let's get started. But before we begin, if you don't have the Adobe Photoshop installed in your machine, I placed the link in the description below where you can download the last version of Photoshop for free. And if you have any problem installing the software, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. Let's get started. Alright, let's begin with this image here. Or I think it's easier to begin with this whole image. So the thing we are going to do is to go in adjustment and choosing gradient map. So after choosing gradient map, Duotone effect is applied with the default gradation colors. We can change, of course. We can apply this option reverse after, and when double clicking on the color of the gradient map, you have so many choices here to choose from. Of course, some default choices. We can reverse the green colors like you can see, and the results we get is very good. You can change also the opacity of the gradient map, the Duotone effect. We can change its opacity, and of course the results is changing. And when we made the layer on and off, I can see the original image and the effect I am getting. So there are so many kinds of default Duotone effects and gradient map ready to use in this library here. Like always, we can change the opacity and we can reverse the colors like you can notice here. Same thing with this gradient map of the reds colors, orange colors also we can choose from. And of course we can use any color we want. If we double click, like you can see here, you can choose any color you want. You can enter an RGB code of any color you have already to use with your gradient map. Like you can see, there are here two symbols to use to insert any two colors you want. Like you can see, you can use any colors you want, enter them and choose them, or you can choose the default settings and colors Adobe Photoshop offered you. They are ready to use. Some of them has 3 colors like you can see in the example here, so you can modify or change any color you want from these 3 colors here in this example. So we're gonna change the red color a little, and like you can see the results we are getting. Of course you can edit the colors. The default one comes with the software, or you can insert your own ones. And of course you can modify the opacity to get a different result, until of course you are satisfied with the results you are getting. And we can also make the layer on and off at any time we want. In this example here, we are going to do the same thing, but this time with a different way. So we use the gradient map like always, but the thing we are going to do is we are going to remove the mask of the gradient map, and we are going to use the rectangle tool, selection tool, to make a rectangular selection tool to apply the gradient map on. So we make our selection with the rectangular selection tool like you can see here, and all we have to do is go to layer mask and click on layer mask, and like you can see, the Duotone effects and the gradients map is applied just on the rectangle we select, and not on the whole image. And of course, like we did earlier, you can choose any colors and any gradients colors for the effects. And the new thing here, that we didn't apply the effects on the whole image, but just in a selection we made. This time we made this a rectangular selection. You can make any kind of selection you want. So like you can see here, we make the effects on these parts. Just in these parts I can of course make the layer on and off, gradient map layer. So I will delete this mask, and I will create another kind of selection, this time using the polygonal lasso tool. I will create this kind of selection from the angles of the image, and I continue making the selection using the polygonal lasso tool like you can see here. And now if I click on layer mask, you can notice here the difference. So the gradient map is applied just in the selection and not in the whole image. Alright guys, I wish you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get the tutorials coming up, and if you have any issues installing the software or applying today's lesson, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorials.